Hello, you people, because we're all people. Anyway, I forgot to. If you watch uh, the other part of the series, you'll remember that I forgot to plant a flag of Minmus. So this is just a very easy, very overbuilt mission. Well, if you watch my first video, you'll know I'm really good at overbuilding. Like this has far more Delta V than you really need for such a mission. I would say that I'm willing to bet that this has enough to go to Duda, but that would mean I have to go to Duda with it to prove a point. But I don't want to do that, so I'm not gonna bet on that. Point being, this has a lot more Delta V than you really need for a Minmus mission. You can see that at the end where we just have an entire stage we haven't used yet. And here it is. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about the set as well. Well, it's a pretty box standard set, maybe a little, maybe suboptimal because of my crap fly skills. Anyway, here's the actual lander itself. It's underneath that with the Gemini cabin. I don't think it's called a Gemini cabin in KSP, but that's what I call it because it's based off the Gemini cabin. At least I think it is. I think I'm putting information out of a very untrusty source, which is what I call my brain. But anyway, you can see that I did the exact same transfer that I did last time, even though I said I don't particularly do this transfer to Minmus a lot, which is just directly transferring it to it without any inclination change. This time I was just very lazy, so I just did that. Usually when I plan my missions with far more fuel than I need, I would change my inclination and low carbon orbit before making my burnt out to Minmus. And here it is, the midway correction burn. Stuttering a lot. I'm stuttering a lot. Anyway, here we are. We're just gonna go into Minmus' sphere of influence. Nearly overshot in terms of time warp, although I think that was an auto time warp, so it doesn't matter. And don't remember what's happening here, but maybe I just paused. Yeah. Here we are, commencing landing. Like I said, I got 4 more Delta V that I need, so I don't really need to do a suicide burn. Well, I did say that this mission was overbuilt, and most of my missions are stupidly overbuilt, but my last mission had me pretty much riding on fumes at the end. But that was pretty much the only exception I've ever had to such a rule. SSTOs are pretty much the only exception I ever have to that rule of just completely overbuilding every mission. And here we are going to land using the altitude. Yes, the altitude. I'm using the land altitude. You know what I mean. So, but we're landing on a flat anyway, so it doesn't matter. Well, if you didn't notice, the flats of Minmus are actually at 0 sea level. 0 sea level. Yes, the sea level of Minmus is at the flats. I think. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if I'm getting. I don't know if I'm getting more comfortable with these, but it certainly feels like I am. This is my 3rd video, and this video is pretty short, but I don't know why, but I feel like I'm getting more confident with these commentaries, despite this being my 3rd commentary. Anyway, there we go. Talking about how I forgot the flag. I don't know why it took so long typing this. There we go. It's not as naggy this time, I can't actually tell. No, definitely not snaggy this time. I don't know why it was so laggy in that first video. Maybe, maybe because I'm running this on a potato. I'm playing this and recording this on a potato. Yes, the potato, which is right next to me. I'm not actually recording or editing this on the potato. I'm recording and editing this on a MacBook, but why did I do these missions on MacBook? I don't know. But I didn't feel like doing them on a MacBook. Maybe I'm just more familiar with Windows or something. Anyway, here I am getting to Minmus orbit. Getting to orbit around Minmus isn't hard. And you can see the stage I didn't use. It was those external tanks. They were meant to actually feed your fuel into the center tank, and it would ditch them when you're empty, but they never ran out. So yeah, like you can see me checking their fuel now, and I seriously overestimated the amount of fuel I would need. I don't know why I packed so much fuel, but I did. What I usually make, I think the reason for me always overbuilding craft is because I build crafts with margins in mind, with how much fuel I need in mind. But for every single stage, I always add just a tiny bit more margin. Maybe that's it, or maybe I'm just a bad player. I'm willing to bet it's because I'm a bad player. But anyway, here we are, beginning. We made our burn, and now all there is to land back on Kerbal. And oops, yeah, I remember that. I completely forgot. nearly, nearly roasted Jebediah and Bill and Ive there. Here we are, returning back, and I should probably start thinking about an outro. Nothing is set in stone yet. I could change this outro at any time, but I still don't know what to say about in my outro. Maybe just like a quick bye or something. But there's still a minute left, so what am I gonna talk about? We're just descending. Why did I leave so much time? Because I kind of assumed that I was gonna make an outro in those last 30 seconds, but now I need to think about an outro to say in the last minute. Well, this is certainly taking up the time, just me rambling about that, but you can see me just changing the lighting settings using one of my mods. Now that's a mod that I definitely will keep if I decide to clean up my mods, but I probably won't clean up my mods. I'm far too lazy to do that, even though I have CCAN to do it. And here it is, we're beginning to land. And touchdown. Perfect. So that's the end of the video. And you can see we landed in a desert. Not a whole lot to say, other than, well, bye, I guess. Bye.